Hello everyone, welcome to Carlucci's Kitchen. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to bake cookies. I know I like to cook, but every once in a while I like to snack on a couple of cookies here and there just to satisfy my sweet tooth. And these aren't sweet. I actually don't even use sugar in them. So take a look at this video. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. And one more thing. To Ryan, my grandson, you can make these too, but you got to get help from mom and dad, okay? Just want to sneak that in there. And your sister Gia will like them too. But anyway, because I heard that you're watching my videos, so I just had to throw this in there. But watch this to the end, because in the end I have a little clip that I made, and it's for you guys, especially when it comes to cleaning kitchens and getting yelled at. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the other end. So in this recipe I use monk fruit instead of sugar. As I was saying, these are sugarless cookies. And I use the Lilly's dark chocolate baking chips. They also have stevia, and it works pretty good. So we put the monk fruit and a little bit of vanilla, and I mix it up till it's nice and uniformed. Just give it a couple of swirls and incorporate it pretty good. Then I add the egg to the monk fruit vanilla mix, and just give it some twirling around. And get the egg incorporated pretty nicely until it comes out nice and smooth. It's pretty easy, be gentle. And there we go. So now I add my dry ingredients together, and then I mix it up. You want to mix it up real well, just as we did with the wet ingredient, so that when we mix both wet and dry together, it's going to blend really good, and then we can start making our cookies. So now I have my wet ingredients, and I'm going to add either some coconut oil or butter. You could do either one. They both come out good. Just make sure that they're not hot. Make sure they're cooled down a little bit so you don't cook the egg. And then you just add it and mix it in well and let it all become nice and smooth. And then once I do this, then I'm going to add the wet to my dry ingredient, and I'm going to mix it up real well. And then we get ready and put some of the chocolate chips in there. And then it comes out really good. And then we start making the cookies. So I had a few chocolate chips left over from the other bag, so I just put them in there. And now I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. And then I'm going to mix it up nice and evenly. A little elbow grease in this because the dough is probably pretty thick. And then once you mix it up really well, then we get ready and we're going to put them on the baking sheet, and that'll be the next step. So now I take this little ice cream scooper, and they're not big. They're probably about 1 inch and change. And I'll make the little balls like that. I'll make as many as I can out of what I have in this bowl. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, whatever your heart desires. Okay, there's no exact way to make all this, so I like to make them this size because they seem to come out pretty good. And keep a little space because they're definitely gonna spread. And then I set my oven at 330. Now they say to do 325, some say 350. You're gonna have to decide how you want to do it as far as the, too much chocolate in there. As far as the temperature, because every oven is different. But mine at 335 for about 20-25 minutes makes these come out really good. I like to see you could see the coconut on the edge of these get a little bit of brown around the edges. And then I know that they're pretty much where they need to be. Sometimes it may, some people like it to be a little bit more darker, you know, like as a little bit more brown, I should say. but I like them. I like them like the way I've been doing it. Just gives it a little bit of a browning around the edges. And then of course, if you don't have enough room, you gotta kind of play checkers over here. That always happens. I think this is gonna be one big cookie because I don't wanna make a little tiny one. But anyway, that's a big cookie. And then you just push it down a little bit like this. Like I said, just try to keep them away from each other because they're gonna overlap. If they do, it's no big deal. I think this guy over here is gonna be a monster. But it's okay. We're not afraid of monsters, right? So we just gotta move everything out of the way so this guy over here can get as big as he wants to. All right, and then in the oven they go. Okay, so we got about 42 more seconds. And let's open it up and just take a peek at it. All right, I think that's about done because they're nice and brown, golden brown, and they run around the outside. And that's what I like to see on this. Okay, here we go. That's what they look like. They just came out of the oven. They're nice and warm, or should I say hot. And they're very good. I mean, again, they're a little soft right now, so we gotta wait for them to get a little bit harder. And they will harden up once they cool down. Again, you can make them as flat as you want. And there's that big guy that we talked about. Again, they're not too bad. These are my hands, so you can see the difference. It's not too bad. And they're delicious. So you get yourself a nice cold glass of milk or a cup of coffee. I like dunking mine. And they're delicious, okay? All right, see you later. And one of the most important things also is make sure you clean everything out of the way, especially you guys. Your wives will love you for it, trust me. Because if you don't clean up, forget about it. They go nuts, especially when you gotta cook something. All of a sudden it's like, well, why don't you clean everything up first? And I'm like, all right, I'll take care of it. And when you're done, you clean everything and you're good to go. All right, there we go.